Hello and welcome. Today, we're diving into something that is absolutely key to your career, what it really means to lead your own professional development. Now, we'll be looking at the CHCPRP006 unit, but I want you to think of it less as just a course and more like a journey. It's a structured way for you to take command of your own professional path. So let's just start with a really direct question, and I want you to take a second and be honest with yourself. Are you the one steering your career, or do you sometimes feel like you're just along for the ride? Well, the great news is this whole framework is designed to put you firmly in the driver's seat. It's your guide to creating a personalized roadmap for your professional life. It helps you shift from just reacting to things as they happen to proactively shaping your own future. So, where do we start? Well, any great journey starts with knowing where you're going and, more importantly, why you're going there. So our first step is to build a really strong foundation by looking inward at your personal values and your professional goals. This first part is all about getting crystal clear on what truly matters to you. You're going to reflect on the values that guide your work. Things like integrity, empathy, or collaboration. You'll dust off those career goals, both the short-term and the long-term ones, and ask, hey, do these still fit me? And crucially, you'll start to connect the dots between what you believe, what your job demands, and where you want to go. And this brings us to a really important idea, coherence. Just think of it like this. It's the alignment between your internal compass, your values, and your external actions, what you do every day. When what you believe, what you're aiming for, and what you actually do are all in sync, well, that's coherence. It really all boils down to this simple but powerful statement. When your actions are aligned with your values, your work finds its purpose. And listen, this isn't just some feel-good phrase. It is the absolute foundation for being effective at your job and for your own personal well-being. Okay, so once that foundation of values and goals is set, it's time for the next stage. And that means taking an honest, but also constructive look at where you are right now in your professional practice. We use a fantastic, really simple tool for this, and it's called the Driscoll model of reflection. It's just 3 questions. First, what? You just describe a situation, plain and simple. Then, so what? This is where you dig a little deeper. What did it mean? What was the impact? And finally, now what? This is the action step. What are you going to do next? It's such a great, structured way to turn your experiences into actual learning. Now, the goal here is not to criticize yourself. Not at all. It's about being constructively curious. This whole process lets you clearly see what you're great at, acknowledge all that you've achieved, and most importantly, pinpoint those specific areas where you have an opportunity to grow. And this brings us to a really key number 3. A central part of this whole unit is identifying and then developing strategies for at least 3 different professional practice issues. See, this isn't just theory. It focuses your reflection on creating real, tangible change in your work. So what do we even mean by practice issues? Well, it could be anything that impacts how effective you are. Maybe it's a gap in your knowledge or a technical skill. It could be challenges with communication, or maybe it's about managing professional boundaries. It could even be about things like time management or, so importantly, how you take care of your own well-being. All right, so you've laid your foundation and you've taken a good look at where you are right now. The final stage is honestly the most exciting part. It's about bringing all of that insight together to proactively plan your future path. I love this slide because it really captures the huge shift in mindset we're talking about. Instead of just putting out fires and responding to crises, you're actually managing challenges with a plan. Instead of feeling stuck, you have a clear direction for your growth, and instead of heading towards burnout, you are actively protecting your professional well-being. It's all about taking back control. And speaking of well-being, it is such a critical piece of this puzzle. Having a long and effective career isn't just about the skills you have. It's a whole mix of things like your work-life balance, your emotional health, and your physical well-being. And these are all things we have to manage proactively. So when you get right down to it, all of this reflection and analysis is building towards one tangible and incredibly valuable thing, your very own practical, achievable professional development plan. Let's just call this plan what it really is. It's your professional roadmap. This is the document that's going to guide your actions and your decisions as you move forward. And here's a little snapshot of what that looks like. It's simple, it's clear, and it is totally actionable. You've got a specific goal, right? Something like improve client communication skills. Then you have a key action like enroll in a conflict resolution workshop. And this is the part people often forget, you have an integrated well-being strategy, like schedule 15-minute breaks after tough meetings. It's all about connecting doing better with feeling better. So, what are you going to walk away with at the end of all this? Well, you'll have a powerful process for self-reflection you can use for your entire career. You'll have a crystal clear analysis of where you stand right now. You'll have a personalized plan for your future, and you'll have real strategies to make sure your professional journey is a long and sustainable one. The whole point of this is empowerment and action. So I'm going to leave you with this final question to think about. Now that you've seen the path ahead, what is the very first step you're going to take on your own professional journey?